Hey everybody, it's Eddie Joe on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So, I was doing my research and I felt like today should be kind of focused on, really long-term effects on things. And, I started looking and I saw that Jamie Dimon did an interview on CNBC yesterday. And it took me a minute. I wanted to process that. Didn't take long, actually. I was looking at other stuff. But the idea is that the guy is still talking one way about crypto. He called crypto pet rocks. Again, crypto's pet rocks, but his company, JPMorgan, is deeply involved in crypto. Not just their own technology, but other crypto as well. Full stop. Don't pay attention to the words. Words mean jack. Pay attention to the money, and most importantly, pay attention to what the money is doing. Okay? Now, for a long time, we all know that Senator Elizabeth Warren has been basically waging war on Wall Street. I think right now she's working on a bill that would play directly into the hands of Wall Street. Here's why. Jamie Dimon said, again, CEO of JPMorgan, said, hey, look, listen, the government, the regulators should be spending more time looking over there than looking over here. Over there at crypto, not over here at big banks. Literally said that. Elizabeth Warren is working on a bill that would place control over the crypto market into the hands of the SEC. Mind you, the SEC is dirty. The reason why I say it's dirty is because, I don't know, Gary Gensler has all kinds of connections to Alameda, FTX. I'm just saying. Seriously, So you look at that and you say, well, she's coming out with that bill, or she's trying to work on this bill that would be more stringent against crypto, and what would happen? That's exactly what the big banks want. That's literally what Jamie Dimon said. Good job, Elizabeth. Good job. I know that there are bad actors and we want to put guardrails up. But to literally say, I'm going to try my best to quash this market, these burgeoning technologies that's happening around the world, I'm going to try my best to squash those. And then I'm going to put the tools in the hands of the SEC, who's already overworked, by the way, and have them focus on crypto and less on Wall Street. Good job. Good job. Go rethink that. I like a lot of things that Elizabeth Warren does, what she stands for, that kind of stuff. But, nobody agrees 100% of the time, and I think this time she's definitely on the wrong side. I have to read this one to you because it's a lot to bite off. The National Defense Authorization Act, right, standard thing, is going to call for the State Department to tell, let me get these correct, to tell U.S. lawmakers, specifically the Committee on Foreign Affairs of the House of Representatives and the Committee on Foreign Affairs of the Senate, to tell them how much money they're paying out in crypto, both going forward and for, past 6 months. And when you do that, to let them know within 15 days of the event. That's quite interesting. You want to know why it's interesting? It's because they want to know if paying whistleblowers in crypto, which is what they're asking about specifically, will help to bring out other whistleblowers. And why would they choose crypto? Well, that's right, because it adds another layer of protection. That person is definitely seeking anonymity. And this would mean that the only people that would know who that whistleblower is are the investigators involved. You wouldn't be able to look from the outside at this person's bank accounts, or anything else to know that they got paid in crypto. I'm pretty sure it would have a positive effect. Rewind to what Elizabeth Warren is doing, and you kind of sit there and you kind of go, maybe the two sides should actually have a conversation about what they have going on. Here's something else. Representative Madison Cawthorn decided, I'm going to promote this thing, this coin. I don't know how anybody would believe this coin is for real, but it was created. The Let's Go Brandon coin. And guess what? The House Ethics Committee decided, yeah, bro, you violated ethics and we're going to fine you. Good job. Good job. I'm just sitting back and I'm looking at all these events and I'm just saying to myself, we need to stop having pockets of our government do things. It needs to be a more orchestrated, pragmatic, thoughtful approach to regulating crypto. I also think that they should be mindful of one industry telling them to be more mindful of another industry over their own. That's just me. Just saying. Silvergate Capital Corporation has some, let's say, some exposure to BlockFi and FTX. And right now, they're actually, being scrutinized for that exposure. Now, supposedly, as of September, they had $11.9 billion in customers' deposits in digital assets. And they said, well, only 20% of that, 10% of that, is tied to FTX. And I sit there and I just kind of go, that's still $1.19 billion. That 10% might be only 10%, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So Silvergate Capital Corporation, who's defending their Silvergate Bank, came out with a statement that says, hey, we're good. We're good. Even though, some of the capital that they have, that others have used for collateral from the bank might be over collateralized, or more specifically, might not necessarily over collateralize, but too reliant on Bitcoin, and with the price dropping on Bitcoin or being where it's at, maybe new calculations should be there. And that's according to an auditor that went through. I'm sitting there and kind of going, okay, all right, that's cool. But I don't think that calls for a run on the bank. They're saying, listen, their response was, listen, nobody's perfect, but right now I think they think that short sellers are spreading FUD. Highly possible. Highly possible. I did a video a few days ago talking about how sometimes the parts are greater than the sum of the parts. So maybe this is another case. We'll see how it plays out. Gemini, who's trying to stay above the fray, is saying, listen, we know that Genesis has an issue. We know that they were running Gemini's Earn product or services. They've created a page on their website that will offer updates 2 times, minimum they say 2 times a week, on what's going on with Earn, and see, where the funds, how are they going to get them back, just all the events that are going on about it. Again, nobody's perfect, but I think this is a pretty good move. I think it's a pretty good move, right? Gemini's been around for a while, started by the Winklevoss twins. And they're doing their best to make sure that people understand that they're going to do the right thing. They're trying to be as transparent as possible, and they're trying to, respond to negative effects from, the ripples caused by FTX. I prefer that because they're focusing on their platform. I prefer that over everything else. And I'll end with this. ConsenSys, is defending their actions on privacy and saying, well, we never meant to sell the information, and we're not going to, and we'll only hold it for 7 days. Well, as we say, they fucked around, found out, and that's not good enough. ConsenSys, go back and rethink the whole thing. You shouldn't be holding any data that's unnecessary to the transactions. Anyway, we should get to the numbers. So let's see how everything's going now. So looking at everything, now this is actually pretty cool. We went from, 25 yesterday on here, and now it's 29. There seems to be some upward momentum, and that's the highest it's been in a couple of weeks. I think the last time I saw was 28. That was the high. But that's pretty good for a fear and greed index. Yes, it's a backward-looking indicator, but I think positivity is re-entering the market. And if you think about how much money is sitting in stable coins, billions, and sitting in stable coins, ready to act on other altcoin opportunities, that's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So yes, I think things are positive. Also, when you think about how many traditional banks are getting involved in crypto, not just in their own projects, but backing up other crypto projects, meaning, you had JPMorgan, DBS, a couple other banks get involved with a DeFi transaction, right? And that DeFi transaction also included Aave, Polygon, and Uniswap. Just saying. There's utility in cryptocurrencies. There's utility in the technologies. There is utility in the specific kinds of transactions. And I think this is just the beginning. That's why I'm investing in crypto. Just saying. It is about me and my kids' journey. And this is what we've decided. Looking at crypto, looking at Bitcoin specifically right here, like I said, I mean, look at where the price is right now. And what's going on right here. Just look at that. Boom, 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 boom. That is a crazy tight lateral move. Crazy tight. And it's not much tighter right here, right? From here to here, that's amazingly tight. Amazingly tight. So I'm sitting there and I just kind of go, that's pretty interesting to me. Pretty interesting because it tells me that I still have time to get in at this kind of bottom. And I'm not necessarily a bottom, but at this low point. I think we have a lot of low points, right? On the way back up. And I think there's still a lot of opportunity that can happen. I just think that people should pay attention to the opportunities. I think that people should do their own research and pay attention to not just following the money, but paying attention to what the money is doing, right? So when people yap out of their mouth over here, don't pay attention to that. Words are cheap. Pay attention to where their money's going, what their money's being used for. Okay? That's what you should be paying attention to. And do not rely on some company because you think they have due diligence and all that stuff. Silvergate Bank says that they did all kinds of due diligence on the transactions with FTX. Know what I said last week. You know what I've been saying for a few weeks. So you did due diligence and it never crushed your mind that there's no CFO over there? Huh? Just saying. Let's look at the big picture on cryptos. So we've got mostly red. Nothing's doing all that well. Again, moving sideways. But I am paying attention to Matic. I am paying attention to Polygon. Why? Because Polygon cut a music deal with Warner Music to create Legend Music to bring music to NFTs. Polygon is quietly becoming a part of what I call the connective tissue. They already are there, right? With so many projects running on their platform or running on the Polygon network. They're already there. They're already a part of the connective tissue. They're just creating more and more strength right there. So I'm paying attention to that. And I'll probably dip. I've got a big bag in Matic. I'm probably going to add to that bag. All right. If you want to look at it on the list, there's nothing pretty to see here. I mean, you can call this green, but it's not. This is basically unchanged. When you're talking about 0.15, 0.16, 0.03, there's nothing going on there. Up or down, there's nothing going on. It's a lateral movement for the top coins that I'm paying attention to. Hence, I'm doing bigger research, deeper research into the projects that I'm interested in. Some projects have news now. Some projects will have news in a little while. Some projects will have news beyond that. Some projects just keep trickling news. Polygon is one of them. No, I'm not shilling for Polygon. I'm showing you how my brain is thinking and what I'm sharing with my family. It's a big deal. When I look at my kids and I say, hey, these are things that you can be paying attention to, they're shooting back. I'm like, you hear about that music deal? Say, what now? They bring it up on the screen. This is the music deal I'm talking about. With everything else that's going on, it's very quiet. It's very quiet. Give it a little while. That news will have an effect on the coin in a little bit. That's my feeling. So it's at, what, 88 cents now? 88.7 cents now? It can get back into the 90s over that news when everybody starts to get it. I could easily see that. And then next year, when things start to really kick in with Disney, I can definitely see some upward mobility right there. Again, I'm talking about utility coins and projects that have real utility. Pay attention. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope what I'm doing helps. Drop me a note. And just a side note, I am coming out with a new project, basically sharing this information outwardly. And on there, you'll see the write-ups that I use for these videos. All right? Hope that helps. Have a good one. Bye-bye.